7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Is she satisfied or dissatisfied? She is just a customer, just like everyone else. Like always, giving it to you raw and unedited. Over to you, the short one.
So hello. I've got so much to get through today. It might be a long one today, but then now saying that, I've probably put the kibosh on that, and it'll probably be a 5-minute show. But anyway, first things first, let me just tell you something's been pissing me off today, and the day before, and the week before, and the month ago. Anyway, for ages. So why is it when a company would cold call you, and you know, at that moment in time, you sort of think, oh, okay, I'll actually listen to what you have to say. So listen to it. Yep. And the company was a well-known payment system company. Okay, it was WorldPay. And so I showed interest, but I said to the guy that I'm not interested right now, but I will let you know when I'm interested. Just drop me an email and I'll let you know. And for the WorldPay, don't panic. This has nothing to do with this podcast. It's for what I do in my other job. And he said, no. I've got my diary out. we can organize a date and time. I was like, no, because I know what that means. I was like, no, drop me an email and I'll get it. And then when I see your email, I will let you know when I'm interested. So then he said, okay, fine. So he sent me the email pretty quick. I guess it was just a copy and paste, but with a little bit of like personalized stuff in there. So, I put the star on it, to highlight it, like to star it or flag it or whatever, so I don't forget, because I was interested in what he had to say. And that was probably about, I don't know, put it this way, the sun was out. I've got a really shit timeline. Like, I don't remember what happened a week ago, because I've got no sense of like 7 days ago or 8 days ago. To me, it could have been a year ago. Like, something that happened a year ago could have been yesterday to me. I've got such a poor timeline. But I remember the sun was out. And this person's stalking me. Calling. And because with the Samsung, you know how it tells you the caller, like when it gives you the name? So I know it's him. So I the first few times I ignored it. Then I got sick of it. I was like, look, I'll let you know when I'm ready. Guy was like, okay, all right, I'll give you a call back in a few months' time. Nope. He called me back like 2 days later, again calling. And then I kept thinking, like, let's pretend me and you, we're at a bar or something, you approach me, we swap numbers, and you call me like the next day or day after, I don't know, if you want to play it cool, maybe 3 days after. And then you say to me, oh, we should meet up for a drink sometime. And I say to you, yeah, sure, I'll get back to you on that. Now, wouldn't you think, oh, but I never do get back to you? Wouldn't you think, oh, okay, bitch. And then maybe you might try once, and then I knock you back again, or I just answer your call. You kind of got the message. But for some reason, in company world, as opposed to real world, it's almost like, I've got to get this customer. I'm so desperate to sign them up. To the point where, initially, I was interested, but now I'm like, you know what, your desperation has actually put me off. Now piss off. Like, it's just the sheerness of the desperation For example, I could probably get about 3 calls in one day. Yes, I can put it down to harassment, but do you know what? I can't be asked. You know, yes, I could also block the number, but I've only just thought of that just now. Can you imagine? And I do normally do block numbers, but I only just thought of it just now, just like as I'm telling you. But just that in it says that desperation that one person has shown has technically lost me as a potential customer to that entire company. Because seriously, it's just so annoying. You know, it wasn't even like, let me drop her an email. Oh, yeah, left a voicemail message, didn't get back in touch with you, you know, let me know if you're interested in it, but in this package deal, and then he waits, or it makes it look like he's busy, and it's like, you know, oh, I've just been dealing with customers, like, for the past few months, been hectic, just checking if you're okay. No. This guy was literally, like, stalking, like, what I would call stalking. So Chicken Mania, has it gone? I'm not sure, because I don't eat KFC. But all I can say is thank goodness. I can't stand fried chicken. I used to love it when I was younger. Like, obviously you cannot top the Colonel's Finest. You know, KFC #1. But then I remember Morley's Chicken. Oh, it was a close competition, because Morley's Chicken, what I liked about them was they put the chips in the box. So whereas KFC put the chips in a pack in the box, Morley's was like they put the chips in the box. So you tend to get a lot more. And the chicken, I don't know if it was pumped up with shit, but these chickens were like human size. Like massive. You know, like they couldn't even close the box properly. And it was cheaper than KFC, whereas KFC's chicken, it was like nugget size. But the thing is with Morley's, it wasn't as widely available as KFC, because KFC you can tend to find it like mostly anywhere. But Morley's, I remember there was, what I used to go to was in Burnt Oak, but then that left. And then now, I don't know if Morley's like a South London chain now, but I haven't seen one in North West London at all. But the KFC saga, that went a bit crazy, right? I mean, people calling up police? Really? People call up police? I don't get it. So many damn chicken. And the thing is, fried chicken is like, okay, the Colonel's Finest is the #1, right? We've all grown up on the Colonel's Finest, and then any other chicken place is not as good, but you can always find one that's as close as can be, like I had with Morley's. But I just think to myself, there's so many chicken shops. I mean, there's chicken shops that I look at and think, how do they pass the hygiene test or whatever? You know those the chicken ones, I can't think of names, but the names that you've only ever heard of them once, like one place, like, I don't know, Fried Chickenani or something like that. I have no idea. But, where they do like, I don't know, 10 pieces of chicken, fried chicken, for like $1.99 with small fries and a litre of Coke for $1.99. You know those ones. And like, you get a lot of school kids go for that one, sort of think, oh dear. But anyway, but to me, I just thought, you know, I just don't get it. People just freaking out just for chicken. Really? Chicken? But had that been ribs, okay, I would have gone into proper meltdown. But thankfully, it wasn't ribs, so I was able to keep my cool. And, but the calling of the police, I hate it. Why do people do that? I mean, okay, like, sometimes, yes, people are drunk. I don't drink, so I don't know what it's like to be drunk. So, okay, some people do it when they're drunk and they, like, I don't know, call up police to say, like, the remote control's not working on their TV or, you know, I'm sleeping upstairs, but I'm not sure if I locked the door downstairs. Can you just double check? You know, those kind of things. To me, I just think someone out there is actually needing the police for real, and you're wasting police time with something like that, you know? And I remember many years ago, no, not those too many, but many years ago, right? Jeez, I'm not that old. And I lived in a little village in Hertfordshire called Chewin, and I remember this late at night, I heard someone walking outside, and I was doing my usual cursing, twitching, and I saw a man coming towards where I lived. I didn't recognise the guy, and then he kind of walked away, but came up close, and then walked away. And I remember thinking, what the fuck? And if you don't know Chewin, I think I've mentioned it before, think of Emmerdale Farm, but if you come on the main road, you're in, Welwyn Garden City or in Hertford. It's literally like greenery area, and it's got like a small little village. And I remember I called the police, and this probably was about 2 a.m. I'd called the police. Police said, yep, we're on our way, everything. Because I'm like, yeah, living on my own, strange man, and they're surrounded by fields and stuff. It is a kind of place where you think that if someone was to attack me, who's going to hear me scream? No one's going to hear me scream. You know, and it's a good place to hide my body as well, because there was like loads of fields. So the police were like, yeah, we're on our way. But anyway, so that was about 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m. But eventually, you know, they arrived at 8 o'clock in the morning. And because it was, I couldn't sleep that night, obviously. So I was like peeking out the window. I did keep calling the police to sort of say, are you on your way? Yes, they were. Yes, someone's like coming up to you now. Yeah. And I thought, you know what, let me not call too much, because somebody out there might, you know, even though I could potentially be murdered, someone else might need the police for something, I don't know, worse than that, I don't know. But anyway, when they came at 10, the 2 police officers came out the car, saw me looking out the window, and then they said, which direction did you go? So I pointed, and I said, I'm not sure, but just where that van is over there. And they went to the van, looked around the van. As they came towards me, they were, moving their head left and right. They said, sorry, we can't see anything. No shit, Sherlock. I called you at 2 o'clock. You come at 8 o'clock. This guy's probably in fucking bloody, I don't know, swimming the river Zambezi by now. You know, he's probably I don't know, he's probably turned to religion and now he's living in the Vatican. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And I remember thinking, wow. And until someone explained to me that the police force in Hertfordshire is not as like London, where they've got many cars and all this kind of stuff, I just thought, damn. So that's why this was just chicken fiasco. I just thought, you know what? Sometimes people just need to be punished, and punished properly. Not like, I'll give you 13 months in prison and you're, oh gosh, I use a number that I can't half because I'm really bad at maths. So let's start again. We'll give you 3 months in prison. We'll give you 2 months in prison and then you're out in 1. You know, but yeah. But it just became ridiculous, the whole KFC story. Only because it didn't affect me, because I don't like that. But I could eat a Zinger Tower meal, and I must say, with that crisis, the desire to bite into a Zinger Tower was there. But I didn't freak out. I just dreamt about it. And, yeah. And, so the other day, what was I doing? The other day I was literally okay, I'm making some roast chicken. I'm not a proper, cooking person. So I'd made some roast chicken and I didn't have anything to go with it. Because I could eat chicken on its own, literally on its own. But then suddenly I had a craving for like chips. But I bought frozen chips before, but for some reason I ruined the whole pack because each time I made it, it never came out right. It would either be like hard in the middle and then charred on the outside. It was stupid. So I thought, should I go for Nando's or should I go to the kebab shop and get some chips? And chips is not really a thing that I die for or anything like that. You know, chips is not like, I don't know, ribs. So, toying with the idea of Nando's or the local chip shop, because Nando's chips, they are really good, I must say. And especially they do that peri stuff, that peri salt thing. Nando's chips are good. So much better than the chicken, which you shouldn't be really saying because the chicken's hardly ever there. You're just eating bone with a bit of skin on it. But anyway, so I thought to myself, okay, you know what? I haven't been to the local kebab shop for a while. Let me go there. Now, when I first moved here in 2015, I used to, because the kebab shop was like not that far from me, and I used to always go in there. And they're really nice guys in there. And we just chat, you know, while you're waiting for your food and everything. And, you know, when I walked in there, they were like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you for a long time. It's like, hi, you know, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, oh, do you want your usual? I thought, how the hell do I remember my usual? Because I am a picky person. My usual is the lamb, the lamb kebab, the lamb sheath, the one in the window, not the one they cut up. I have that with white cabbage and garlic sauce, but a little bit of garlic sauce. And a pinch of onions. Onions, not onions, onions. And a pinch of that, but literally a pinch. But even with the cabbage, don't put too much, like just enough for me to see it, but not drench it. And I was like, oh no, I just want some chips today. So they were like, okay, so chatting. And then when I came home, I had the chicken and chips. Gosh, those chips were so good. Oh, it was so good. And I just thought, damn, let me not get addicted to this. But I just thought, thank goodness I didn't go to Nando's. See, this is why your best opportunity, go for small businesses. Because Harry's Kebab is, well, first of all, being from Hendon, Topkapi in Hendon and Brent Street was the best kebab in the world. But they've closed down now, I don't know why. But they're no longer there. So Harry's Kebab has now become the best kebab place in the world. And they do very nice kebab. And everyone there is really friendly. Really, really friendly. If you smile, they actually smile back. I think they've got resting bitch face, but I've got that as well. But they are such nice guys in there. And, but yes, but the chips were amazing. Oh, amazing. I didn't even regret not going to Nando's to get the chips until I read the other day. And I put this on my Facebook, and you can read it on my Facebook. FYI, apparently, and I always use the word apparently if I haven't spoken to the source. So apparently, Nando's chips are McCain chips. Now, that technically there's nothing wrong with that, but if that's the case, drop the fucking price now. Now. Drop it now. While I'm standing here in front of you, drop the price. Because that shouldn't have been leaked out. And apparently that not the garlic, the olives are like cheapo olives, and I don't know. I only eat about 3 olives a year anyway, so that didn't bother me. Hence why I can't talk about the olives. But it's there on my Facebook page if you take a look. So just a quick break. Speaking of Facebook, don't forget to hook me up on Facebook. Look me up on there. I am just a customer on there. Twitter, I'm just a customer. So no A. So it's not I am. It's I'm just a customer. And if you're still confused by that, just go to the website iamjustacustomer.com and scroll down to the bottom and you'll see the links to the social media pages. And soon, at some point, I will put the Instagram. Now, let's talk about still the advert time. So let's talk about when you're listening to the podcast. Whether you're looking at it from directly on the website, there's other platforms that you can see on there. There's iTunes, there's Stitcher, there's TuneIn Radios. There's even on other platforms, if you look on your apps on your phone. All I ask you to do is to share it. Don't keep it to yourself. Share, share, share. And subscribe and review. You know, show some support, show some love. You know, it's nice to hear people say to me, oh my gosh, your podcasts are so good. Your podcasts are really great. Ha 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 ha. Make me laugh. Blah, 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 blah. It's interesting what you're doing. But you know what? Those are just words. I'm a person of action. Show me your love. Show me your appreciation. Whether you're family, friend, enemy, someone I've never met before. You know, show me your appreciation by subscribing, by reviewing, even by communicating on Facebook or Twitter or soon to be Instagram or something. But share it. Share it. Don't keep it to yourself. I'm not a dirty little secret. Not just yet anyway. So, okay, have it over. So, I'm so devastated. So years ago I used to be addicted to a show called Queer Eye for a Straight Guy. And I recently discovered Queer Eye on Netflix. Love that show. But it's so short. I think it's only 8 episodes long. But man alive, I didn't know I had that much tears in my tear ducts. Because watching This Is Us Season 2, I thought my tears had finished. My quota of tearage had finished. No. Queer Eye just touched parts of me that was like, my gosh. And you know, it's so inspirational as well. I really felt good watching it, but I shouldn't watch it at night time, because when I finish watching it, I'm like all pumped, like, yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna change my room, I'm gonna change some designs, I'm gonna change my fashion, I'm gonna change this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But then I fall asleep at some point, wake up, and then suddenly it's like, whatever. I should be watching those things in the morning, really, right? But yeah, so anyway, This Is Us. Talking of This Is Us, if you have not watched that show, watch it. I'm not here to be the PR agent for either shows, but you know, credit where credit's due. This Is Us. It's long. In terms of amount of episodes in the season, it's long. But anyone can watch that show and it will touch you. You will feel it. You will become a Pearson, right? We're all one big family. You know, Jack Pearson, he's my dad, right? He's my other dad. Rebecca is my other mom. When my other dad, Jack, died, oh my gosh, it just made me call up my mum, and me and my mum had a deep conversation, because that show, all I can just say is just, you don't even have to research it, like dig deep. Just put This Is Us in Google, put This Is Us in Facebook, put This Is Us in Twitter, and just look. But the only thing that's pissed me off is Kanye West's wife has put a tweet about how she's going to start watching it. Stupid cow. But, you know, I can't stand that family. But, yeah. So I guess everyone's going to be watching it. Before it used to be my little secret. And to my BFF, my wifey, one night I was like her counselor again for This Is Us, and because I discovered a spoiler. But me, when I discover something like a spoiler, like it's ruined it for me, because we're talking about like what's going to happen in season 3. So I have to share it, so I ruin it for somebody else, and then I'm at peace. So I ruined it for my mom, ruined it for her. I was trying to ruin it for her, but she was very much at no, I don't want to know, but she was trying to guess. ruined it for my big sister, but eventually I told her what it was. My friend was just like, oh, and I think 2 a.m. she was still scrolling the internet trying to find out if it's true. But yeah, but can I just ask, in St. Albans, who are the insomniacs? The other day I was trying to look for some sleeping tablets, and everywhere was sold out. Everywhere was sold out, including Wilco's, including Superdrug. Can you not? Like, why aren't you sleeping? You don't need to ask me because it's none of your business, but I'm just saying, like, you don't need to get sleeping tablets. Find other methods. Lavender. I don't know. Lavender. So, the other day I was in one shop I've always avoided in life. This shop is like my idea of hell. And the shop's called TK Maxx. TK Maxx it just gives you like anxiety attacks. Not like the proper anxiety attacks, but it just gives you like this anxiety, kind of like, that's just as you're walking towards it or walking past it. You may not be going inside it, but something like that shop that kind of makes you go, oh my god, I can't breathe. Pass me a plastic bag, not to put in your head, but a plastic bag to breathe in. Let me just change it. A paper bag. So anyways, I went to TK Maxx. I just thought, I was looking for something, and I was looking for something. Doesn't matter what it was, but I was looking for something, so I went in TK Maxx, which I hardly go into, and number one, I never go to TK Maxx for the clothing, because the clothing thing, I haven't got a degree, or a master's, or a PhD on how to buy clothes at TK Maxx, so I don't bother with that, because it's not my problem, because I see the clothes, and I'm just like, there's no way. And I'm seeing people going through the racks, like through each individual clothing. And I just think, you know what? You are so good. You are so good. I can't do that. So I just tend to go to the houseware section. Because you tend to get like nice stuff and different stuff. And anyway, so I found something I wanted. I bought something small. Just very small. In a little jar. And I thought, okay, let me go and proceed to the checkout. The one thing like TK Maxx has only got one checkout. If there's a secret second one, I need to find that. But it's only got one checkout area. Not saying one checkout area. This queue was one of the most longest queues since the queue of when Katie Price went to visit Brent Shopping Centre, and that queue went long. That queue was long. It was longer than the next queue on Boxing Day, when the sales are on. This queue in TK Maxx was so long. But I thought to myself, you know what? Let me just stay, because, TK Maxx, the queuing thing, what I like about it is because you're in a queue, but they give you things to look at. So you got the candles, you got this, you got that, as you're going shuffling through the queue. So I thought, fuck it. You know what? If these people can do it, I can do it. I'll just bite my bottom lip. So I had my MP3 in, everything, and I noticed that I was moving so fast. I remember I was trying to look at the candle, and I saw it ahead of me, and I thought, okay, when I get up to there, I'm going to pick it up and look at it. But before I knew it, I already passed the candle. I was like, whoa, what the hell's going on? Then I noticed that every checkout was manned. Okay? It was manned. Boots, listen to this. Tesco, listen to this. Wilco's, listen to this. Every checkout was manned. So the queue was long, but you didn't stand still. And what I liked was I can't remember what the woman says word for word, that voice, but it's like, go to checkout 6. And then you have to quickly kind of find like 8, 7, 6, oh there's 6, you know, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oh there's 6, and, you know, and then you got to rush there. But yes, you rush there, but it's only because you're addicted to rushing of the pressure of the checkout Olympics. But I was just like, this is good. The one shop I hate going into has got it right in terms of the queuing system, the checkout system. But I can't stand TK Maxx. No, I'm not saying that what they've got inside is shit. It's just that it's chaotic in there. It's like Primark. I need counselling before going to a Primark, because it's like, oh my gosh, look at all these clothes. Oh my gosh, things are everywhere. Oh my gosh, things are on the floor. There's everyone's huddling. You know, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, get me out. I need to breathe. This shop's too big. I can't. I need the fire exit. You know, let's call 999 and say, where's the KFC? You know, but TK Maxx had just, I was like, amazing. I was so amazed, so impressed. So when the guy at the till was like, you know, $2.99, and I thought, you know what, I'm not even pissed off. I was in that queue for a $2.99 product, and I was like, there's my £3, you know, and I even smiled at him. He didn't really smile back, but I smiled at him. Because I was just like, wow. Yeah. So that was that. So I was quite happy with that. Then the other day I was walking, I went to the market to go and get my bits and bobs, and, thing is, I've got this condition, and it's called dry eye syndrome. I've always had it for as long as I can remember. Now, for those of you that don't know dry eye syndrome, all it just means is what it says, really. I suffer from dry eyes. Does that make sense? But it's actually opposite of what I suffer from. So it's called dry eye syndrome, but you produce a lot of tears. So sometimes when I open the front door and I walk out, tears start falling down my face. Like non-stop. Yeah, I can get drops, but I'm not a creature of habit. So, I'll only buy the drops to say people, oh look, I've got these drops. Look, I've got these drops. I love doing that, but I may not even use them. So, that's why I tend to stay away from makeup and all this kind of stuff. So I've had it for a very long time. I'm used to it anyway. So I'm used to it. So, on market day, I open the front door, walking through the streets, and I had tears. But for some reason, this one wasn't stopping. Normally it stops after like 5 minutes, but it was just like a hose pipe from my eyeballs. It was just pouring down my cheeks. And at one point I even got a snotty nose. So I had to go, you know when you go like, because you haven't got a tissue on you, and it's kind of like, oh gosh, I'm a lady, I can't be doing that, you know, but I had to go, you know, and I was wiping my tears. But the thing is, I'm used to not expecting anyone to ask me anything, because the years I've had it, I've sat on tube trains, stood on platforms, sat on tube trains, I've been on buses, I've been in crowds, I've been in non-crowds, I've been anywhere public and had this tears dropping. No one's ever come to me and said, you're right. You know what, this country can be shit sometimes. Like, maybe I wasn't alright. Like, the other day I tweeted about a woman crying outside Wilkes. I swear, I hope she's okay, because I really felt that one. But with her, I didn't ask her because she was with a friend. But I think, had she been on her own, and I saw her crying like that, because she was proper crying, I probably would have been like, are you okay? Nobody done that for me, ever. Except my butchers. Went to my butcher's. I was like, oh, hi. I goes, oh, you got no ribs? He goes, no, I couldn't get the ribs there because he promised me ribs. Oh, no, I couldn't get the ribs. He goes to me, you alright? Like, literally, as if he was like, you alright? Like, he was going to bust someone's ass, like, to show me where he is. And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. Because, again, with the tears, I'm used to it. So, if you talk about it or say it, it'll take me a while for me to realize what you're talking about. And, I was like, yeah, I'm fine. He goes, you've been crying. And I went, oh no, it's dry eye syndrome. I love saying it. Oh no, I've got dry eye syndrome. It's not contagious. I goes, yeah, when I walk out, the tears just start dropping. I goes, I'm not crying. He goes, are you sure? They're so nice, those butchers. I love them to bits. I don't even know their name. They don't know mine. But they're so nice people. But yeah, but as I'm talking to them, I'm still wiping tears, you know, even as I'm walking up, you know, going to the shops and stuff, I'm still wiping tears. But I was so amazed, like, you know, okay, you know, some people do ask you, are you alright if you're crying? But I think we should be doing that a lot more, especially with things like with depression and mental health and everything like that. You know, I think that if you see somebody that doesn't look happy, you know, if you feel like they're not a threat, because I wouldn't want to encourage you to do that and then something happens and, you know. But yeah, so that was nice. That was nice, my little dry eye syndrome story. See, dry eye syndrome is so attention seeking. I can even talk about on my podcast. So let's talk about, I told you I had loads to talk about today. I've got so much to talk about and I've gone past like the 30 minutes mark. So much to talk about. Okay, so the other day I couldn't be bothered to cook anything, and I thought to myself, let me treat myself to a bit of Domino pizza, because to me Domino pizza is the best pizza in the world. Okay, they do the best garlic bread in the world, the best pizza in the world, in standard. You can argue with me and say, Domino's. So anyway, so I ordered through the app the pizza and did that stupid tracker thing. So annoying. Doot, doot, doot. And it comes up with some stupid jokes. Like, jokes aren't even funny. And I always think that, you know, if you have to make an app for a food app, don't make stupid jokes, because that person could be like, oh yeah, that's funny. Or you could be getting somebody that's hangry. Again, look at my Facebook page. The guy that was hangry at McDonald's. Ooh, he kicked off. But anyway, so I had the tracker thing going and whatever. I wasn't particularly hangry at this point, but I was looking forward to the pizza. And then I was talking to my sister, and then on the notification, it said delivered. So I was like, wait. What do you mean delivered? What? No. So the thing is, this is my thing. If something's already paid for and a pizza man goes to someone else's address, like let's say for example, you're at home, you're really hungry, and delivery man comes to you, whether it's Deliveroo or Domino, somewhere that you know it's already been paid for, but they got the wrong address, so they've come to you, but you're really hungry. If they said, oh, delivery, would you take it? I'm not asking you to answer the question. I'm just saying to you to think about it. Personally, I've had that many opportunities, especially in Hendon, but I never took it. But on this instant, when I saw delivered, I thought some fucktard is eating my Meteor Domino pizza right now. So I had to cut the call with my sister. I was like, wait. I was like, I've got to go. My order is delivered. Someone's eating my pizza downstairs. Someone is eating my pizza. So I called up Domino's and I said that, look, ordered my pizza, kind of took an hour, but it says delivered, but I haven't received it. Then the man said to me, oh, there's a problem with our tracking machine, so it's not syncing with the app, but the guy's literally just left. You'll be there within minutes. So in my head I thought, okay. Alright, I can't bother to analyze this shit right now, because any minute now, the pizza's going to be here. And made a few calls, watched a couple of stuff on YouTube, went to take a wee, and I was thinking, wait, did you say a few minutes, or we're just starting to make your pizza now? And I was literally like, it's fucking taking the piss. I've got no tracker to help me with this. I've only got one person that works at Domino's Pizza that's told me that it'll be there in a few minutes. So after about, let's say, 25 minutes from when that guy said it, that's when the intercom went off. Like, as usual, I shit my pants. I jump very easily. I jump very easily. And guy came upstairs. And I knew I wasn't hangry because I didn't cut him out. I took the pizza, everything, but I noticed that the box wasn't the same temperature as normally it is. So, put the box down, and I knew it, I opened it, the steam wasn't there. I had to, like, okay. Touched it with my hand, and I thought, this ain't hot. So, anyway, so, at that point I thought, I mean, I'm not diabetic, but I thought to myself, you know what, just take a little bite of something just before you go hypoglycemic level or something and start to freak out. So I took a little bite of the garlic bread and then proceeded to phone up Domino Pizza. First thing I said, can I speak to your manager? And then they were so quick to say, yep, sure. It was almost like, I don't know, it was like, yep, sure, we're like they were saying, I don't get paid enough to take shit right now. If you want to speak to my manager, you can speak to my manager. So, manager comes on. I've told him, like, the story at blah, blah, blah. But I didn't tell him in details, I'm telling you. So it was a very quick sort of snapshot of what happened. And then he said to me, oh, can you hear the police? See, that's the good thing about having raw and unedited podcasts. You get to hear everything. And I'm actually recording this earlier than I normally do. But someone's being naughty outside. And I think it's quite close by because the siren stopped just there. But anyway, going back to my Domino's. So the manager then said to me, okay, really sorry about that. And I thought, don't patronize me. Don't fucking patronize me. I had to remember that I'd eaten that with the cheesy garlic bread. So I shouldn't be angry. So he basically offered me to say, okay, I can send you the same order again, and it'll be there in 30 minutes. And I was like, I just got a solo deal. Why the fuck would I want that second time round? It's like, what is this? Who is saying yes to a deal like that for him to say that as an option? And the second option was, or next time you order, we'll give you the meal for free. And at this point, I was just like, how do you know that I can do that? Because your number ends with blah, 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 blah. I said, yep. He goes, yep, we've got it on our system. So I was just like, because the thing is with me, when people give me options, I never like to commit myself to an answer. Because I want to go away and think about it. So I said to him, I go, let me think about it and I'll get back to you. But which meant today I did email Domino's, so we'll see what happens with Domino's. But anyway, because to me is, firstly, it's great that everyone is getting an app now to complement their business. It's fantastic. It's great. You know, it helps us as customers because we can track stuff and all this kind of stuff. So you get less calls and we feel more in control of our orders and stuff like that. But you know what? Be careful of things of where your app doesn't meet the expectations of that person who has downloaded your app, who is using that part of their storage for that app, part of their Wi-Fi, or maybe data if they don't have Wi-Fi. That Domino app has an important place on my phone. I.e. storage, you know, whatever, data, whatever it is. And you're telling me that we've got a problem with our system. That's why I get cold pizza. And then when you tell me the driver's already left, it's coming 25 minutes after. FY fucking I can walk to Domino Pizza in less than 5 minutes. Okay? Now, some of you might be thinking, well, why don't you go and do a collection? Why do delivery? Because I've got the option to do delivery. So just because I can see it out of my window, just because it's just literally there, I've got the option for delivery. Let them tell me that we can't deliver to you. I think I'm still angry with this whole thing of Domino's. And the thing is, right, I tweeted them. No response to the tweet. I don't think so anyway. Yeah, I got no response from the tweet. No response at all. So fuck you, Domino's. That's all I can say. And another fuck you to bloody Tesco with your chaotic queuing system. I don't know what was going on today. When to go and queue up. There was like, you'd have thought there was somebody famous that was standing in the middle of the checkouts. Like, I don't know. What's his name? What's that name? Dale Winton was doing his supermarket sweep edition in St. Albans Tesco's. I'm there at lunchtime, and it's lunchtime crazy already, and I went to go to the queuing, the checkout area, and there was just a mess. There was no order, there was no nothing. Bloody checkout Olympics. The queue was a tarantula shape. It wasn't a snake, it was a tarantula. I don't think anyone knew who was next. So I thought, you know what, I'm not even going to get involved in that tarantula, because when it comes to the next person in the queue, you don't know who's next, because you've all formed a tarantula, which has got 8 legs. It's meant to be a snake. So then I thought, okay, let me go to the normal checkouts, and then I can talk to a human being, not talk to them, but, you know, be served by a human being. And even that, you know how Tesco have got that, on one side, the checkout person's close to you, and the opposite side, they're further away from you. But again, it was all mess and fucking chaos. And I was carrying heavy stuff, like heavy. I didn't have my trolley with me. I had lack of sleep, right? And I had to use plastic bags for heavy items. Have you carried heavy items in those new plastic 10p Tesco bloody carrier bags? Those things were cutting my fingers. We're getting some beast from the east weather here. I was getting chilblains in my little fingers. My fingers are short. I've got a bone in my hand. I'll tell you that story another time. I've got a dog's bone in my hand, right? And they even said to me, your hand is too small for us to operate. That's how small my hand is. But it's not abnormal small. It's not, I'm not, you know, abnormal. But I was also told I can't play guitar. But anyway. Yeah, so going back to this thing. So I ended up with like 3 heavy bags of Tesco bags. And I'd brought a rucksack with me to buy the little bits and bobs and stuff. So now, like, finally, I guess I was next in the queue, because the woman said, hello, hi, how was your day? And literally, I just looked at her. My eyes said, don't fuck with me. She was proper innocent. She was doing her job, but I didn't open my mouth. It was just my eyes that said it. But it's only once because the thing is as well, she was zapping really fast. And I'm like, listen, look at this chaos. Don't zap my food fast. You know, do it slowly, or help me put it in the bag. But in the end, everything was in my bag, paid. And I was just, and then she goes, have a nice day. And I said to her, oh, and you too. And I smiled. But that was only because I felt bad, because I was getting rude at the beginning. I wasn't verbally rude. My eyes were just like, don't fuck with me right now. Because literally, I even turned back and the queue was still chaotic. There was no order. And another thing, Tesco, St. Albans, St. Peter Street, lunch hour, right? People have got a certain limit of time, right? And people go at lunch at 1, some people start at 2, but normally it's an hour break. I'm not being like weird or anything, but wouldn't you have all the checkouts like manned? Just for that 2-hour period? Just so that there isn't that rush? Like, because literally, I mean, I just thought, wow. at least we're in Hertfordshire, because had that been London, I'm sure there would have been fights. Like literally, I'm sure there would have been fights. It would have been like YouTube worthy. But it was just like the worst experience. And then, so I'm now walking the streets, and it's so funny because when I was carrying all these bags, this song, you know that song from Sting, I'm an alien, I'm a legal alien, I'm a Englishman in New York. That song kept going in my head, but I was going, I'm a Londoner in St. Albans. But it didn't really go that, it really didn't go, but that song just kept, like, singing in my head. But it was quite funny, because I actually looked at my reflection through one of the shop mirrors. Not mirrors, but glasses. And I thought, oh my gosh. I hope there's no film crew. I hope there's no, like, I don't know, whatever. My hair was all in my face. You couldn't even see the parting. My coat was being weighed down by my normal bag, and it was slipping down. My bags were like literally holding on to barely not knuckles, but the inside of my fingers. And I thought, why isn't anyone throwing me pennies at me or saying, do you want me to buy you a coffee, or, do you want me to do, I don't know, here's 10p? I looked homeless, basically. I looked homeless. But even with my shopping, I still looked homeless, because some homeless people have shopping bags and stuff. But I was just like a complete mess. And the thing is, I was walking slower and slower and slower because I was so tired. I had no sleep. I was carrying these bags. I had to deal with the ordeal in Tesco because they don't know how to bloody work out how to manage rush hour. And I was walking so slow. And I remember thinking to myself, you know what? If I was to fall, I would just go into a fetal position and sleep and use one of my one of my bags as a pillow, even though everything in there was kind of hard edged. But I just thought, you know what? #FML. And I will end it there. So again, don't forget to find me at IamJustACustomer.com. All the social media links will be there except for Instagram. I can't guarantee when I will add that on there. But don't forget to share. I know this has been a long podcast, but I did try to talk fast, but there was so much happening this week and I wanted to share it with you. See, the word share. I shared it with you, so now go and share it with your friends. Don't tell them about it, because you're going to ruin the story. You don't tell stories as good as a short one. The short one tells them amazing stories. I can tell, when people tell me like really amazing stories, like gossip, whether it's gossip or anything, when I go and repeat it, people go, were you there? I'm like, no, I wasn't there. They're like, you talk like you were there. I said, I know, right? It's like so cool. But share the podcast. Share it on your social media or whatever. I've got the most easiest remembered domain name, IamJustACustomer.com. You can't forget that because you know why? Because you're just a customer. So just remember, IamJustACustomer.com. It's raw. It's unedited. You heard the police out there earlier. I've gone the other days, I look out the window to see a fight, even though the other day I saw a little fight happen, but it subsided quickly. I think the alcohol went out of the system very quickly. But so share, subscribe, review, do what you can, support the short one, if you're tall, support short people. If you're short, support your family. And watch This Is Us and Queer Eye. They're two good shows. Okay, over and out. Remember, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio. This is the short one, saying love, peace, and fucking hair grease.